Hi guys, this is your host and host Suhail Mathur and I welcome you to a brand new episode of Superstars with Suhail, where the questions will be sharp and the responses hopefully sharper. And the superstar we have today with us is a lady of multiple talents. She is not only a leading Hindustani classical vocalist, she is also a master at storytelling of short stories and has now two best-selling titles in fiction and one upcoming one also in the category of fiction, which deals very closely with music, and we'll be discussing that very soon. But most of all, she is an extremely warm person and a total favorite of mine. Without further ado, let me introduce you to Miss Rohini Sathe. Rohini ma'am, welcome to Superstars with Suhail.
Thank you so much, Suhail. That is a stupendous introduction, and I am. Excuse me, I have done things, yes, but at a very modest level. You have sort of blown me up to be much more than I actually am.
No, absolutely not. But yes, looking forward. So I'll tell you what our show is about. So in Superstars with Suhail, we have 13 segments, and you just need to promise us three things. Number one, you will be frank and honest. Number two, you will be quick and fast. And number three, nothing that comes your way will shock or surprise you. So with those three things firmly in place, let's move to our first segment, which is called Pehli Pehli Baar Hai. So now, ma'am, in Pehli Pehli Baar Hai, we'd be chronicling the 5 firsts of our authors, and you have to not only give us a response but also give us a little background to your response so that the audience can understand the response better. So without further ado, here we go with the first of your firsts, your first crush.
My first crush was, I don't remember really, but probably somebody in school, and there was somebody I grew up in a small town, Jamshedpur, and it was a very secluded and a very sheltered community, so to speak. One of the school boys that I had seen with my sisters, and they were all friends.
Right.
And I said, okay, and it's sort of, it wasn't a crush, but that is the first time I sort of registered something different, awakening in me.
Nice. So did you at any point of time tell that person or no?
No, I think he just passed away from my memory also, but I just remembered that, that is probably when it started.
Right. Nice. Your first salary and how did you spend it?
My first salary was as I was working as a research assistant for some time. So I was working. I've done economics, so I was working there, and how did I spend it? Salaries were like peanuts, in those days. This is like several years ago. So I just took everybody out to a fab meal, and I gifted my parents something because. I don't know. I think we are all
nice.
So that was. And was my salary sab khatam ho gayi. So.
All right. No, but you spent it for a great cause. So fortunately, the peanuts came in handy, and that takes me to the next one, which is your first vehicle.
My the vehicle, the first one that I rode was an MAT. It used to be an MAT, the two-wheeler, and then there was a scooter. Then afterwards, the cars have always been hand-me-downs from my husband Shirish. I mean, if he wants to promote himself to a bigger car or a better car, then the older one comes to me. So, and I quite enjoy it.
I mean, considering the collection of cars you have, it's always good to even get the ones that are passed to you. Okay. Your first literary memory?
As a writer or as a reader?
Anything. First literary memory. As a writer, I guess. As a reader, because you were a reader first.
As a reader in school, I mean, like whatever we read in school, and I think as most of us going to the English medium schools in those days, we all grew up on Enid Blyton's and the adventures and the school stories and all of that.
Right.
And I think that was probably,
I think we get a lot of Enid Blyton's in our responses, and it's nice to see how she's been a part of everyone's formative years. And with that, we come to the last question of the first segment, which is how did the idea of your first book with the book Bakers germinate? So, which is obviously been good enough. So, how did the idea of that book come about? Because that is also your first full-length fiction. you had done a collection of short stories earlier, but this is also your first full length fiction. So how did the idea come about? Because it's a very sensitive story.
So it is a sensitive story. So Suhail, this answer is going to be a little longer than the earlier ones. The thing is that I didn't set out to write a novel as such. I was just writing another story, and but the crux of the story is violence against women, the powerlessness of women when it comes to when they are physically and mentally challenged, when they are attacked, literally, emotionally as well, and the resilience also that they always have, and to sort of many women have, not all, but many women have, to overcome those challenges. And this was the story which was taking shape, and while it was taking shape, I started writing it, and then it became so detailed and so there were so many paths leading into it, out of it, etc., that it took the shape of a novel.
Nice.
So the idea was, the whole thing about rapes, violence, especially after the Nirbhaya incident, I mean, the whole nation was agog with how much women have suffered, and it brought the entire discussion, and that thing was churning within me for some time. So I think that was the
nice. Yes,
I could say that is
nice. And I'm so glad that you brought the book out, because so many people have loved it. And yeah, I remember it came out during the pandemic, but still it was one of the highest selling books during that period, and we had a fantastic launch also online, and a lot of support. And then of course LitFest followed, and all the accolades from a lot of people in the literary fraternity. So well done. On that happy note, we move to segment 2 now, which is called the Rocking Rapid Fire. So ma'am, in the Rocking Rapid Fire, I'll ask you 10 questions, and you have to respond to them in a rocking and a rapid manner. So here we go. A movie you saw on the sly from your parents.
I think it was Jungli.
Okay.
It was a rerun, and it was not from my parents, it was from my grandparents. We were holidaying in Pune. We lived in Jamshedpur. My sister and I were holidaying in Pune, and without telling them, we just went. My sister and I. My sister was a little more adventurous than I was.
Nice.
And she said, "Chalo, we are going for a movie." So we went for a matinee show. It was a rerun of the old movie, and of course, certainly we were doing something in a very clandestine way. So I just enjoyed myself with the occasion more than the movie
Correct,
itself.
the movie itself. Superb. An Indian male author or someone from the literary fraternity you find handsome.
Handsome, I would say Vikram Seth.
Vikram Seth. All right. Commercial success or critical acclaim?
I think acclaim.
Okay.
Critical. Yeah.
Book launches or lit fests?
Both. Why not?
But you have to choose one.
No. Both. I don't know. I think if your book launch is good and your book is also very good, you will go to a lit fest. So let's start with the book launch first.
Okay, book launch then. Okay, who's hotter, man in a suit or man in a swimming trunk?
Depends on the man.
Good. But up to you right now. So what would you say?
I think the suit, because then that sets me thinking.
Okay,
so
fair
it starts with the suit, yeah.
Okay, I'm at least happy that you took a pause and responded, because till now we've been receiving all similar answers. So it's a relief that you at least thought about it. An Indian actor you would like to date?
Indian actor I would like. I don't want to date any of the Indian
Or would have
actors.
liked to date?
Or maybe Manoj Bajpayee. I mean, like not date, but I would like to pick his brains a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Naughty or nice?
Sometimes naughty,
Okay.
but more nice.
Okay. Movies or web series?
Both.
Yeah, but one. You have to pick one. Your preference.
I have to pick one, then I think a web series today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. An Indian book you wish you had written?
An Indian book, maybe The God of Small Things.
lot of small things. All right. Mind, body, or soul? The aspect that impresses you the most?
Soul.
So, alright, so some very quick, fast, and honest responses coming in that round, which now takes me to segment 3, which is called Pucho to Jane. So, ma'am, in Pucho to Jane, what has happened is that an author from the book Bakers has asked you a question. So, not only do you have to respond to that question, you then have to tell me who has asked that question. I'll, of course, be giving you 3 options, and you have to choose, and here is where there is a 3 idiots connotation. So if you're able to answer in the first clue, you are like Rancho, Amir Khan, topper of the class. If you answer in the second go, you're like Farhan, played by Madhavan, somewhere in the middle. And if you're unable to answer, then you're like Raju, played by Sharman Joshi, clearly at the bottom where one would not want to be. So let's see what your question is. And your question is this: if you were a marriage counselor in the UK and had the option to go back in the past, what advice would you give to Lady Diana and Prince Charles if they were in a joint session with you?
Both Lady Diana and Prince
Charles. King Charles now, of course, yes.
If I was a marriage counselor, yeah, I would probably tell Charles. I would probably tell Charles that if you want to stay on in this marriage, you have to chuck the other woman, and you have to take your vows a little more seriously. But that would not be me as a counselor. That would be me as a person, you know. So probably I would lead them to discover their whatever the mutual incompatibility is, understand that, and then make them decide that, okay,
what they would do from there on.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So that was a good answer, frank response. So now, who has asked you this question? Has this question been asked to you by Rashima Verma? Has this question been asked to you by Divyaroop Bhatnagar? Or has this question been asked to you by Seema Saxena?
I would say Rashima.
And that is absolutely the wrong answer. The wrong answer. It's not right. So now you have 2 options. Divyaroop Bhatnagar or Seema Saxena. Who's asked that?
I think then it would be Divyaroop Bhatnagar.
And I'm so happy that you are the Raju of the class, because that has been asked by Seema. So Seema asked that question. Alright, so but a fun round nonetheless. It was a fun round. So I got a fun. So okay, so some good answers, and with that we come to segment 4, which is called Best and the Worst. So in Best and the Worst, I'm going to ask you a few of your favorite things and a few things you totally detest. So here we go. Your favorite dish?
I think it is Golgappas. Pani Puri's Golgappa.
Nice. The yuckiest dish you've ever eaten?
The yuckiest dish I don't remember. It's probably something with a lot of... I don't remember. There's nothing yucky that I've eaten.
Okay, fair enough. Your favorite film?
I would say Godfather.
Okay, and the first one?
The first one, the second one also.
Okay.
But let's go with the first one. Yeah.
Okay. The worst movie you've ever seen?
There's so many. I don't know.
One that's coming to your mind, maybe. Or the last one that you didn't like?
Oh, the last one I didn't like. I don't remember. Nowadays we're so picky about the films we watch, you know. I mean, like I'm very careful because I don't want to subject myself. And ek to kya hota hai, once I've started watching the film, I want to know what's happening later on, you know. So I'm a sucker for the story. So I don't know. You know, I was not all that impressed with Everything Everywhere All at Once, as much as it was made out to be. And it won the Oscars and the performances and all that. I was not so taken with it at all.
Which one? Slumdog?
No, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Okay, all right.
That was the movie that, I think last year or the year before. It did phenomenally well. Yeah.
Fair enough. Your favorite actor?
My favorite from all time, from before and today, alive. There's so many.
Yeah, from India.
From India, I would still say Manoj Bajpayee. I think he's phenomenal. He's
Okay.
phenomenal.
The best movie and worst movie of your favorite actor.
The best movie of Manoj Bajpayee, I think there are 2-3 of them. One is, of course, Wasipur, the first part of Gangs of Wasipur, and even Aligarh. I mean, like, he was so good in Aligarh. There was another movie that I saw recently. I think it was about the Sadhu Baba scam, the Kand, that the sexual violation.
Bas ek banda kafi or something. Sirf ek banda kafi.
Yeah. That is the one your dad. The book was written.
Gunning for the God Man.
Yeah, Gunning for the God Man. Yeah. So the worst movie, I seriously don't know. I haven't seen anything that is.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So you can see that, Rohini ma'am is such a positive personality. She is able to respond to the favorites very soon, but she always has difficulty telling the worst. So such a nice advertisement to showcase your positive personality. All right, your favorite song?
My favorite song from all time will be Aayega Aane Wala.
Oh, nice, wonderful. And a hit or a popular song that you don't like or didn't like?
I don't like or didn't like a hit song. I don't know. There was so many songs. There was something Hukka Bar something.
Okay.
Those kinds of songs. They just don't make any sense to me.
Okay, fair
That
enough.
entire category of songs, they don't make sense to me. So probably yeah.
Okay. Your least favorite actor?
Sometimes I cringe at watching Anupam Kher. Like, he is extremely talented, really, but I cringe watch because he sometimes goes so over the top that it's unbearable. It's embarrassing to watch.
Okay, fair enough. That's an honest response. Worst movie of your least favorite actor?
The worst movie? Oh my God, there were so many. I think there was one with Sridevi in a double role.
Chalbaz.
Actually, it was a movie. No. That was also the. No, Chalbaz was better. There was one with Anil Kapoor in it, and she's.
Roop Ki Rani Choro Ka Raja.
I haven't watched that. No. Lamhe.
Okay.
Like, the movie was not bad, but
The movie was
he was
quite nice.
terrible. He was in some. He was terrible in it.
Okay. The best thing about your spouse?
Patience.
He has a
His
lot of
patience.
patience. Okay.
He has a lot.
So
He's very
considering
patient.
he's a doctor, he should have a lot of patience.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Thing you would like to improve in your spouse?
Lots.
Maybe one that you could tell us.
One that I could share with you. Not to take himself so seriously.
Okay.
That he must do this, he must do that, he must be there, he must answer this, he must. No, not to take it all so seriously.
All right.
Chill.
Fair enough. Great. So some wonderful responses there as well, and now we come to another fun segment, which is segment 5, and that's called Dimag Ka Dahi. So ma'am, in Dimag Ka Dahi, I'm going to ask you a brain teaser, and if you're able to respond to it, great. If not, I may just give you an option to redeem yourself. So the question for you is this. A plane crashed on the India-Pakistan border. On which side of the border would you bury the survivors?
How do you bury survivors? Why do you bury survivors?
That is correct. You've got it right in the first go. So well done. That was a good response.
I want to know who framed this question.
Oh, these questions are pretty well known across, and you wouldn't believe the first time that I came across this question was in a reality show, and it was asked as a quiz, and 90% of them answered incorrectly. So that's the genesis of the question, especially at our end. Yeah.
They're not paying attention. Yeah.
Chale, I'll ask you one more then. Okay. So the question is, Chan Wong and Chin Wong had 3 sons. Chan Wong and Chin Wong had 3 sons. Every son had one wife, one son and one sister. How many people were there in the family?
Everyone had one wife.
Chan Wong and Chin Wong had 3 sons. Every son had one wife, one son and one sister. How many people were there in the family?
How can it be possible if they had only 3 sons? How could they have a sister?
That's the question. Chan Wong and Chin Wong had 3 sons. Not only 3 sons, had 3 sons. Every son had one wife, one son and one sister. So what was the total number? What was the total number? How many people were there in the family?
2 plus 6. I don't know, maybe 9, but this is a trick question, so this is probably wrong.
So the answer is 12. So Chan Wong, Chin Wong 2, their 3 sons 5. Each of them had one wife. So 5 plus 3 8.
Yeah, so 12.
One son each, so that's 8 plus 3 11.
12.
And one sister.
Yeah, 12.
So 12. So that's 12.
So I didn't
Okay.
account for the third generation. Yeah. Good.
So it's 12. But nonetheless, you got the first one absolutely correctly. And with that, we move to segment 6, which is called Never Have I Ever. So ma'am, in Never Have I Ever, what I require you to do is that you need to show us your 10 fingers. I'll be asking you 10 questions. And for everything that you have done, you put a finger down. If you've not done that, you keep your finger intact and tell me that you haven't done it. I'll move to the next one. Alright. So if you could just show your 10 fingers to us. And here we go with the first of the 10. Never have I ever stolen in a shop.
So if I have not done it, I keep my fingers out of.
Yeah, and you tell us that you haven't done it.
No, I have never done it.
Okay. Beaten someone from the opposite gender.
Never.
Okay. Kiss someone from the same gender.
I have. My daughter.
Okay. Made an excuse to not pay the restaurant bill.
Never.
Stalked the profile of an ex.
No, never.
Got drunk at a party.
Got high, but not drunk.
Okay, I
So-
think you can still keep a finger down, it's okay. Had naughty thoughts about an office colleague.
Nah. No.
Kissed in public.
No, I'm too old school for that. No.
Used a pickup line to impress someone.
No.
And lied about your actual location to someone.
No.
Okay, so we're done with the 10 and just 2 responses. So 20%, ma'am, you need to do a lot more exciting things. So I mean, from a moralistic point of view, splendid. But from a round point of view, I do hope that you have a lot of time so you can possibly accomplish the remaining 8 also very soon. So all the best for that. But actually, this is one of the
Suhail.
lowest scores. That's one of the lowest scores that we've ever had in this.
Hey,
You know?
Suhail, fun can be much more dangerous than any of these questions suggest. So
Yeah. No, but I'm just saying that I think
yeah.
the previous lowest was 3 or 4. So at 2, this is the lowest. Okay. So now I come to segment 7, which is my favorite segment, and it is called Main Hoon Kaun. So in Main Hoon Kaun, I would be giving you Main Hoon Kaun. So I'd be giving you 3 clues about a particular personality, and you have to guess who that personality is. So if you're able, if you're able to do so in the first or the second clue, you get a benefit for one of our forthcoming rounds. However, if you give an incorrect response, you're also liable to a penalty. So be very sure if you're responding. And in case you do not know, you can ask me for the next clue and I'll give that. However, when we are on the third clue, you can take a wild guess. There are no penalties, but there are no advantages either. Right? So here we go. Son of poet and musician M.R. Pandey, I became even more well known in the field of music than my father. son of poet and musician M.R. Pandey, I became even more well known in the field of music than my father. That's the first clue. If you don't know, I can give you the second.
I don't know.
Okay. Though I have had the pleasure of conducting various performances, my greatest success was when I started working under a 20-year-old boy.
I still don't know.
Okay. And the last one is, I have also authored 2 successful books, the Ganesh Stotra and Sangeet Sar.
I have no idea.
You want to take a guess, maybe?
No, I can't even guess.
Okay, so the answer is, so M.R. Pandey is Mukund Ram Pandey, and the personality we are talking about is Ram Tanu Pandey, and Ram Tanu Pandey, of course, is Tansen, as you know. So Tansen was the personality. So the 20-year-old boy being Akbar. So actually what happens is that in a lot of visual adaptations they show that Akbar is older and Tansen is younger, but if you look at it historically, when Akbar was 20 years of age, Tansen was around 60 or 62, so that was the age difference, because earlier he used to be in the court of another king in Rewa, and that's where he came from. In fact, Birbal also was several years elder, I think 14 years elder to Akbar, so in stark contrast from what is shown on screen. And of course Tansen authored those 2 books, so that was of course asked because you are a musician yourself, a great vocalist. And now we move to segment 8, which is called Picture Abhi Baki Hai Mere Dost. So ma'am, in Picture Abhi Baki Hai Mere Dost, what we do is that we ask our authors to share their desired star cast if their book was turned into a film. So my question to you is that if Being Good Enough was turned into a film, what would your cast be? So basically what I request you to do is very quickly tell the audience about the 3 primary characters of your book, which is of course the older couple and then the son. So if you could just tell a little bit about the 3 of them, and
so the older couple, they, of course, they're separated. So
yeah,
in the sense that
you can just give a little characteristic about them or what they do in the story, so that then it becomes easier for the audience also.
She is a single mother actually. She's living in Mumbai, and she has at the time when the story starts, she has a 14-year-old son.
Right. Okay. Great. So who would you like to cast for that role?
14-year-old son ki maa. So I don't know. Among the current crop of actresses, I don't know. There is a Rajeshri. I don't know what her surname is. The one who did Trial by Fire.
Okay.
Who was who did Neelam Krishnamurthy's role. She's good. Taapsee Pannu is good, but Taapsee Pannu might just look a little younger than
Sure.
Yeah, she would have to age a little because she.
Okay, so Rajshri Ojha, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's probably her surname. I'm not very sure. Okay, so now for the son, who would play the son?
But son, I don't know, because there aren't that many 14-year-olds that I know today. But now there is a film which has been released, Zoya Akhtar's film. So maybe one of them who.
Agastya Nanda.
No, not him. There is another person I saw.
Vedant Raina, who played Reggie.
Yeah, and the third one who plays Jughead. There is another one.
I think I don't know his name. Maybe Mihir Pandey or something. I'm not very sure what his name is.
So I think the one who played Jughead could be Abir.
Okay, and
the husband who is living in Delhi. Someone who's very suave, very polished. So, and he has to be, I don't know, maybe a Ranbir Kapoor?
Ranbir Kapoor. Alright, so Ranbir Kapoor, Rajshri Ojha and...
No, Ranbir Kapoor, Taapsee Pannu and that boy.
Okay. Ranbir Kapoor, Taapsee Pannu and the actor who played Jughead in Nachis. Okay, so that is how it happens at your end. In our part, things move slightly differently. So what we've done is that we've created these two chit boxes. So one has names of male actors, the other has names of lady actors, and I would be swirling these, and you have to ask me to stop. So once you ask me to stop, I'll pick out a chit. Actually, I'll pick out three chits, and you have to choose a number from 1 to 3, and whichever one you choose becomes the actor who would play that role. So let's start with the mother first. You let me know when you would want me to stop.
Stop.
Okay. That's 1. That's 2. And that is 3. So which one? 1, 2, 3.
2.
Okay.
2.
So we put that back. Now we come to the sun.
Stop.
Okay. It's 1. Okay. 2. And 3. Which one? 1, 2, 3.
3.
3? Okay. And now for the father.
Stop.
1, 2, 3.
1.
Okay. Let's see what the cast is like. Okay. Interesting. Nice. Actually nice. Okay. So the role of the mother would be played by Disha Patni. Alright.
Oh, okay.
Disha Patni would play the role of the mother. The son would be played by Abhishek Bachchan. Okay. The son would be played by Abhishek Bachchan, and the father would be played by Shah Rukh Khan. So I think it's a nice star cast.
Actually, Shah Rukh Khan would be perfect for that role. He's
So
got he's got such a warm persona, you know. I think he would be perfect, and he would play it also very well.
So Shah Rukh, Abhishek, and Disha is the cast. Okay, so with that we move to another segment, which is segment 9, and it's called What Would You Do? So I'll be asking you 10 questions, and you have to tell me what would you do if you woke up as Rakhi Sawant.
Go back to sleep.
Okay, if Urfi Javed was your fashion designer.
I doubt I'd step out of the house.
Okay, if you became the PM for a day.
I would stop whatever the PM has been doing so far.
Okay. If Sunny Leone approached you to act as you in your biopic, what would you tell her?
I don't want a biopic made.
Okay. If you had the power of invisibility.
I think I already have that.
Okay.
I'm pretty invisible. It's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing extra.
If your cell phone fell into the toilet.
I would take it out. I would put my hand in and take it out. Yeah.
Okay. If God came in front of you.
I'll say hello.
Okay.
Where were you all these years?
Alright. If you were swimming and someone stole your clothes.
I guess I'll tell people to leave. Everybody, and then whosoever's, and then just take a risk and walk back to the changing room.
Okay. If you found yourself inside the Big Boss house.
I would try desperately to get out first.
Okay. So basically you have to be all boring and then you'll definitely get out. Okay. If someone changed your gender.
If someone changed my gender, I would try to be a good man.
Okay. Fair enough. And
I would try to remain feminist.
okay, nice. That brings us to the next segment, which is called segment 10. What next? So ma'am, very quickly in 30 seconds, please tell our viewers and your readers what next can we expect from you. You don't have to go in detail, just a 30-second teaser will do with respect to the music makers.
Okay, so this is the next is the novel, The Music Makers, which I have submitted for publication. and I hope it will see the light of day soon. It's a novel about musicians, of course, their struggles, and also the families of those musicians. Some of them, how they live in the shadows.
Right.
And what are the costs of their, the musician's single-minded pursuit of his art? What it
Yeah.
spells.
So not only the performer, but also what happens to the families. Very interesting take, and I think everyone would be so excited on hearing this, and we look forward to that book very soon, and we'll obviously make an announcement about it on social media too. And with that, we come to segment 11. So let's see how quickly we can wrap this up. We have 3.5 minutes, and we have 3 segments to go. So segment 11, ma'am, is joke time. So in joke time, as the name suggests, you either have to tell us a joke or you have to recount a hilarious anecdote.
A hilarious anecdote quickly. My daughter had once challenged me. She was in school, and she was saying that after my exams I'm going to dance. I said, "You dance, I'm going to dance," because I was also, in prison with her, when she was preparing for the exams.
Right.
So she said, "Mama, I dare you to dance." So I said, "All right, challenge accepted," and I was there to pick her up from school. I was standing under a tree, and the moment I saw her stepping out of her school building, I started dancing. And the poor child, I think she was traumatized, but it was a lot of fun for me.
It was a lot of fun.
And
yes, I think that's the spirit one should have, right? So I think well done, Rohini ma'am. You serve as an inspiration to many. So that is definitely an anecdote that brought a smile to everyone's face. And now we come to a penultimate segment, which is called segment 12, Zaban Sambhal Ke. So in Zaban Sambhal Ke, there are 6 tongue twisters with us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You just need to choose one. And because you didn't incur any penalties or advantages in the celebrity round, you just have to pick one and say it very fast 10 times. So which number do you want? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
5.
5. Okay. So number 5 is Nadi Kinare Hai Kirane Ki Dukaan. Nadi Kinare Hai Kirane Hai.
नदी किनारे है किराने की दुकान. 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 नदी किनारे है किराने की दुकान.
Well done. You've done it. That is so good to know. So that is fantastic, and you almost, barring the second attempt, you got it all bang on. So well done, ma'am, and you completed it successfully. And that brings me to the final segment of our show, segment 13, which is called TBB Shoutout. So ma'am, in TBB Shoutout, we'd just like to know what has your experience been rather working with the book bakers, and what do you think of our show Superstars with Suhail?
Working with the book bakers has been a fabulous ride. Has been an absolutely fabulous ride. Suhail, especially with you at the helm, it's so reassuring to know that our books are going to get the right home, and that you work so hard on our behalf that it's really comforting, and it's very and also being connected with other authors in the TBB group, being able to pick their minds to find out what their sensibilities are like, and it's a very enriching and it's a process of learning, and of course it's a huge boon for us and our talents through book bakers.
Super. And what do you make out of our show?
Oh, the show is great fun. I think you devised it very well, and some things that are tricky, some things I think the younger people would do much better than.
True, but no, you did an absolutely fantastic job, and we truly loved it. Thank you so much for being part of Superstars with Suhail. I think everyone who sees it will love it, and I'll be back with another superstar on a brand new episode. Till then, this is Suhail Mathur and Rohini Sathe signing off. Take care. Cheers. Bye bye.
Bye bye.